Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a full face of first impressions from the drugstore. All drugstore products. I asked you guys in an Instagram poll if you would rather see drugstore or high-end in this first impressions video, and I think 65% of you said drugstore. So I decided to do this video first, and then I will do high-end next. This is the look that I created with the drugstore products. I had some definite hits and some definite misses. So if you would like to see what those are, and if you would like to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. So I have tons of new things here, kind of laid out in front of me. And I guess we're just gonna kind of go through, we'll see what I've got and we'll create a look. I need to prime, and I do not have a new primer from the drugstore. So I am just going to go in with the Physicians Formula Insta Ready Face Primer. It used to be a gel, and now it's like super liquidy. Feels like greasy. Alright, I don't really want to use this. I'm going to just use my own primer. And that's not going to be the drugstore, I'm sorry. But I'm using the Bare Minerals Good Hydration because I'm so hooked on this primer. Guess who's sitting on my lap right now? Peekaboo. Every time. Every time. Are you going to let me film, boo-boo? No. Okay, alright, okay. He has this thing where he is obsessed with licking my face at all times. He's a face licker. He's a lover, but he likes to lick face. So for foundation, I'm just going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I've used this foundation a bunch of times on my channel. It is my favorite foundation from the drugstore. Nothing new, I don't have a new foundation. But what I do have are some new sponge situations from e.l.f. One is the Silicone Blender Duo. There's a big one and a small one. And this one is a Silicone Blender and Highlighting Sponge Duo. Okay, we're going to give this a go. So I'm going to use this guy. And it has like this little plastic thing right here that you can like stick your fingers in, I guess, to do this. So it says to apply the product directly to this. Gently swipe the product across the face. Okay, until it's gone, which it is. And then bounce to even out application. That worked so much better than I thought it was going to. That finish is really nice, right? It's very well blended out. It looks really nice to me. So I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face. Well, I think it gives a pretty good fuller coverage, and I think it's because it's not absorbing any of the product. Like with a sponge is absorbing the product. I just feel like I want to go over it with a sponge right now to absorb excess product. You know, like I feel like I have a little too much product sitting on my skin. But not because this thing didn't do its job. I just used the normal amount of foundation and it says on here not to. That's okay. It's fine. Keep it moving. I think I just have to play with it more and adjust the amount of foundation I'm using with this because I'm just not used to it. I think it takes some getting used to, but theoretically this can really save your foundation because it's not absorbing it. So you can use a lot less, I feel like. Let's move on to concealer. So in my last PR haul, I talked about these Infallible Pro Glow concealers that I received in PR. And so I'm going to go ahead and try them. I am going to use the shade Natural Beige. Just being honest, I haven't seen great reviews on this product, so I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, and I'm gonna go in with my little silly sponge and see what I can do here. One of the things I did see was that this isn't a full coverage concealer, but I'm wondering if by applying it with this silly sponge, if that's going to actually make the coverage better than what other people were finding since they were using beauty sponges. I mean, it has a decent coverage with this sponge, but it's just not helping my pore situation, like, at all. Yeah, I don't hate the coverage necessarily with this. It's a medium, I would say. But it's not doing anything to hide my pores, which is a definite thing for me that I look for in concealer. I've talked about the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealers so many times. I did a whole video comparing it as a dupe to the Tarte Shape Tape, which I will link in the description box if you guys are interested in checking that out. I did a side-by-side comparison of the two, and this is so close to the Tarte Shape Tape. It's crazy, and it's $4. So because it's a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape, it's very difficult for me to even contemplate using another drugstore concealer, to be honest. This one isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not creasing, and I haven't even said it yet, but it's not light enough. I didn't use a shade light enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with a little bit of Photo Focus just because I have somewhere to go later. Like, I'm going date night with Bae, and I don't want to look like I have huge pores. Alright, so I'm just going to set my under eyes. I don't have any setting powder from the drugstore, so I'm just going in with my non-drugstore powder, which is my Urban Decay Velvetizer. I'm sorry. I'm addicted to this powder, and it just gives the skin the most flawless finish ever. If you guys have a drugstore powder you recommend for under the eyes that you think is awesome, please leave me a comment and let me know, because I would love to test it out. But for now, this powder gives me so much life. For the rest of the face, I do have a new product, which is the Infallible Pro Glow powders. I have these in a bunch of different shades. The shade I'm going to go in with to set the rest of my face is called Sun Beige. Now these powders have one side that has specks of glitter right here in it, and then one side that is matte. I am going to take a fluffy brush and just swirl it around in the whole thing, and I'm just going to press it into the foundation. This is nice. It gives a really nice finish, actually. I think the idea is so that you don't look super powdery. Since powder, when you set your face, there's a tendency to look powdery, and this is Pro Glow, so I think it's supposed to help make your skin look a little bit more luminous when you powder it. It gives me a nice finish. I don't feel like I look too powdery, except for the center because I put a lot of powder there. I do like to bake right here over my pores, not under my eyes, but like just at my cheekbone down to here. So I have a tendency to go heavy-handed with the powder because I know I'm going to just bake there anyways. But on the outer perimeter of my face, I don't feel like it looks too powdery or anything. I actually I'm liking this powder so far. I don't have a bronzer, so I was thinking about just going in with this powder here. This is the darkest shade in the collection, called Cocoa. And I was thinking about just going in with that. I'm going to try just the matte color first and just see how we do. Ooh, I kind of like this. I like this a lot. Oh my god. It gives the most flawless finish for a bronzer. See how it's like not chalky at all? That looks beautiful. Wow, I am really impressed. What's great about using this for a bronzer is it has coverage. So if you have like a breakout or something, it's just going to give you an extra added bit of coverage, which is nice. In the monitor, it looks really beautiful. In person, I can tell that when I put too many layers on, it looks a little bit cakey or like muddy. So you got to be careful with how many layers you put on because it has coverage. Oh, now I'm like real bronzed. I'm just going to go in with a duo fiber brush and just sort of buff this all out. I'm just going to take a smaller brush and add some bronze at the tip of my nose so my nose doesn't look so white. I'm going to throw some bakeage on my face and then we're going to move on to eyes. Alright, now while I let that sit, I am going to prime my lids. I have this eye primer from e.l.f. It is called the Matte to Metal Eye Primer Transformer in Glittering Gold. I'm going to apply this. The sheen is so subtle on this, I don't really think it makes much of a difference. That's just me. I am going to just pop on some powder to set this because it says it doesn't crease, but it's tacky and I don't want my shadow to skip. So I'm just going to do that step anyway. From L'Oreal, I have this whole entire drawer of goodies, and there is some matte shadows here and metallics here. I can't resist playing with these. I'm sorry. I just feel like I need to. Alright, so I'm going to swatch these matte shades here. Ooh, they're super pretty. You can see that they are all neutral tones and they are really pigmented. And then we have the Infallible Metallics. I'm kind of thinking about this guy right here, which is called Rose Chrome. Ooh, that's pretty. Or this one that's called Brass Knuckles. That's this one here. Let's see this guy. Of course that would happen right when it... Ooh. Yeah, I might have to use that one. I just filmed my go-to autumn makeup look that will probably be up after this video. So I'm afraid that this look is going to look very similar just because of the colors we have here to work with. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to go in with shade number 304 called Matte It Up. A beautiful warm brown shade. I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm just going to apply this to the crease. I feel like I maybe should have just laid down concealer so I could really see how these apply, just in case that primer sucks. It does. We'll keep going. Okay, the next shade is this terracotta orangey brown. And I'm just going to pop that into the crease. So I don't think I like this primer. The shadows went on really patchy, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the primer. I'm going to set my brow bone with this shade here, which is called Mix and Matte, just to try to help clean up that mess there. And if you ever have a mess on the top of your shadow right here, this is a great trick. Blend that. Okay, so I'm debating on whether or not I want to go with a brown smoky eye, or if I want to do like a shimmery bronze. Or maybe I want to go in with this peach. I'm going to go for the brown smoky eye and just see how it goes and pray that it goes okay. So here we go. I'm using this shade here, which is Matte-Ison Avenue. and it is a really pretty chocolate brown shade, but it definitely has some like purpley burgundy undertones to it. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to put that all over the lid. And I want the most concentrated color down here by the lash line. And then I'm going to go back in with my fluffier brush and just buff out the edges. Alright, that's like, it's starting to come together here. It's Friday night, why not do a smoky eye, yeah? I'm just not sure about this right here. I feel like it looks really patchy. In the monitor it looks patchy. In real life, in person, it doesn't. But in the monitor, when I look in the monitor, it looks so freaking patchy to me. And it's driving me crazy. So I'm just going to go back and forth between these two brushes until I have a blend that I'm happy with. I guess I'm going to go ahead and repeat all of the colors on my lower lash line. So for the inner corner, I think I'm going to take Rose Chrome and I'm going to take it on this little detailer brush. I'm going to spray it with some Fix Plus, and then I'm just going to pop this. Okay. That is pretty. I have some liners here. These are the L'Oreal Super Slim Infallibles, and I have brown, black, and gray. So obviously, I'm going to take the black. I think I'm going to just screw it and do a wing. I'm feeling the need. It has a nice felt tip. It's very pointy. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. I like the liner. Super black, super easy to apply, and it's like a nice matte finish. Alright, so my wings are on. I do not have any drugstore lashes to try out today, so I'm just going to throw on my own lashes, and then we will be right back to do the brows and the rest of the face. The struggle is real. Alright, so my lashes are on, and I put some mascara on my lower lash line also, because I did not have a drugstore mascara to test out for you today. But I do have some brow products. I have talked a lot on my channel about this guy. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is the skinny one. It is a dupe for Anastasia. It's amazing. Well, I got the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill pencils, and I have all the shades, I think. I have dark brunette, brunette, and blonde. I'm gonna go in with brunette, and I'm debating if I want to use this by itself or use this to outline. I'm going out tonight, so I kind of need my makeup to be on point, so I cannot have crappy brows. I'm already on the struggle bus right now. And now they're outlined and I have their general shape. I'm going to go in Brow Stylist Shape and Fill, and it has a triangle tip. I'm not always the best at these pencils. I like the skinny ones better, but we're gonna go for it. So I'm just going to draw little hair-like strokes. That's actually pretty nice. And then I'm going to spoolie it through. I actually really like that. I think it looks nice. I'm going to go ahead and set them with some brow gel. I have the Pixie by Petra brow gel because that's the drugstore brow gel that I happen to have. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in. I have this highlight and blush duo from e.l.f. It's a baked highlighter and blush. And I really like their baked highlights. Funny enough, I hated them when I very first tried them, as there used to be like a film over the top. So what I'm going to do is take my finger and just kind of go over the top of it and wipe the top layer off, just in case. And the shades are not on here. Oh, rose gold. So I'm going to take my blush brush and I'm just going to dip it in the blush slide and pop it on my cheeks. That's pretty. It just gives like a light flush, which is really all I want with a smoky eye. And with my highlighter brush, this is the M501. I'm just going to swirl it around in there and pop it on the cheeks. e.l.f. highlights are pretty bomb. This is no surprise. I like that though. I'm lining my lips with the color Riche Matte lip liner. And this is in the shade Matte-Ison. This is not new. I reviewed these. I love them. And for lipstick, I have the Pixie Moisture Lipstick in Rose Natural. I actually got these in a couple of different shades, and this is what this one looks like. Pinky nude. Shocking. I tried this on once before and I really liked the formula. Yeah, that's good. I think I'm going to stop here because this has been a struggle. So I'm going to finish my hair and getting ready and I'll be right back for my final. Okay, so it's like super dark out now. I'm going out on date night like super not satisfied with what's happening right now. Just a quick recap of the things that I liked. I did like the Infallible powder. The concealer was okay. It's not the level of coverage that I prefer, but if you're like more of a medium coverage kind of concealer person, then you will like it. It wasn't bad. The Silly Sponge I really did like, but it is going to take some getting used to. The eyeshadows were great. The primer was not. A couple of the mattes went on a little patchy. I got to try them again with a different primer or concealer base, just so I can kind of see if it's truly the primer that did it or if the shadows themselves are patchy as well. They didn't swatch patchy, but that doesn't mean anything. Infallible metallics were amazing. I loved those. The eyeliner was good. The brow pencil was good. The blush and highlight duo, great. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention, I actually went in with this e.l.f. Beauty Shield in the shade Rose Shield over top of what I did before, just because I wanted a little bit more pink in the lip. But the lipstick is great. This lipstick is great also. So yeah, that is it. I think I got everything. Oh, and the powders, well, I said the powders were great. I liked it for a bronzer. I liked it for a setting powder. So I just wanted to jump back on here for you guys. I actually filmed the video you just watched 2 days ago, and I was just editing the footage. And I recreated the exact same look with the exact same products. Obviously, right now I don't have falsies on, but the only difference between this and what I just filmed the other day is the eye primer. I actually used Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, and I mean the shadows went on so much better. Like this eye look, it's exactly the same as I made in this video, but I feel like it just looks so much better. They just blend it out better, so I just wanted to let you know that. I've had a chance to use all of the products a second time, and my thoughts on everything is exactly the same as it was in my first impression, just that I do know for sure that the eyeshadows are nice. They blend out well. And I like the look now. I like it much better than what I just filmed for you. So I just wanted to get on here and say that. And also, I did use the brow pencil only here today. I didn't use the stylus, the skinny one. I only used the fat one. And I actually like it. I do like it. It's tougher to define this part right here, but I did the tail in literally 2 seconds. So I do like it, and yeah, that's my thoughts. I do apologize for the intro and outro on the video and how dark it is. I was filming and it got late and I didn't really notice the shift in the lights in the monitor. It was subtle, but then when I watched the playback, it was like really bad. So I apologize for that. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media. I am on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My handle is @glamlatte. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!